power of attorney fraud is one of the fastest growing crimes in Canada. Its victims are often seniors and leaving them penniless after a lifetime of savings. Often the crime is committed by people that they know and love. In part 2 of our series this week on Family Feuds, we profile a police unit that helps the elderly protect themselves and protect their assets.
Good afternoon, Crimes Against Seniors Unit.
Another day, another case of power of attorney fraud reported to the Crimes Against Seniors Unit of the Hamilton Police Department, one of the only units of its kind in the country.
And how long has he been the power of attorney? I'd say about 75% of our cases deal with financial abuse in some form or another. We're noting an increase in theft by power of attorney investigations.
Power of attorney fraud is one of the fastest growing areas of crime in Canada. It seems unthinkable, but it happens all too often by the most unlikely of thieves.
Quite often it's family members that are perpetrating this type of offense, and also people that are in a position of trust.
Other family members may not even know a crime has been committed until it's too late, and that's when police get involved. Under the criminal code, theft over $5,000 by a power of attorney can carry a jail term of up to 10 years.
When this authority is misused by the person trusted, it can be a real nightmare for the senior, where they can lose much of their assets, or if not all of it. It's becoming increasingly common because a lot of seniors now are retiring with assets, with savings, and with some property.
With the number of seniors in Canada expected to nearly double in the next 20 years, Detective Lum warns that the elderly are more at risk than ever.
The seniors are quite vulnerable, so they can become victims quite easily.
He hopes more police units across the country will be set up to investigate these crimes and put a dent in his growing caseload. Joining me now is Jordan Atin. He's an estate lawyer and the author of The Family War. How often do you see these types of crimes?
Sadly, every day.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's
involving family members, huh?
Yeah, it's a combination of elderly, aging population, and assets. And sadly, that's what's happening.
How do the perpetrators justify it? Do they say, you know, this money was meant to go to me anyway?
Yeah.
Well, what do they, you know, how do they justify this to themselves?
Well, a lot of times it's not fraud in the extreme case that they went out and tried to steal money. It's a question of mismanagement. They've borrowed money from mom. They've had mom invest in their house maybe, right, or their business, and they thought it was a good idea. And ultimately, mom loses.
Are there any restrictions on power of attorney?
Really, a power of attorney can do pretty much anything that you could do with your money, except they can't make a new will for you. Right. But aside from that, they could sell your house and sell your assets and write checks. And
aside from that, complete discretion?
Pretty much, yeah.
Can a power of attorney be held legally and financially liable for the decisions that are made?
Yeah. So if I'm a power of attorney and I invest in the stock market and I lose all of mom's money, I could be liable for doing that, yeah, for sure.
So how difficult is it to catch it? Well, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like from when you see this case, you know, cross your desk, what do you do about it? What can you do?
Well, usually we don't find out until mom's passed away, and now all the other kids are saying, what happened to all of mom's money? You know, you were the power of attorney, what happened to it? And so we find out then, and then it's a question of that power of attorney repaying mom's estate if they can.
If they can.
Yeah.
Very good, Jordan. Thank you so
much.
My pleasure. Appreciate this. Now, if you have any questions about inheritance issues, you can email us at familyfeuds@ctv.ca. Tomorrow in our series, why multiple marriages can be a recipe for disaster when it comes to the inheritance. Right now, over to Mercy. She's in the kitchen.
I am Shane with Leslie Beck, and they say you are what you eat.